Hey everybody, welcome back for Tank Review Tuesday. This video review is going to be kind of short for a couple of reasons. Number one, I am incredibly tired. For various reasons, mostly related to large sums of alcohol, did not sleep well last night and have basically been tired all day. And I don't particularly like the tank that I'm reviewing. It was a pretty big grind, a pretty big struggle. So fortunately there was an event going on for 400 times, 400% your regular reputation earn, and that allowed me to get out of this vehicle and into the next one up, which is a moderate improvement. What vehicle is it? It's the Leopard 1A5, located at Tier 5, here in Armored Warfare. A little bit of history on the vehicle. The A5 was a continuation and modernization development of the Leopard 1 that was started in the 1980s. However, modernization for the vehicle didn't end up getting released until the late 80s, and by that point Germany, who had famously used the Leopard 1, was using the Leopard 2. However, this vehicle modernization was put to use on older versions of the Leopard 1, still in use by other nations around the world, to include nations such as Turkey and Brazil. The Leopard 1 started its development at the end of the 1950s and would first go into service starting in the mid-1960s. It was developed during a time when high-explosive anti-tank ammunition could easily defeat conventional rolled and cast steel armor. So the decision was made to focus on mobility and firepower as opposed to general protection. The firepower for the vehicle is quite good, as it does have a solid gun on it. Now, the gun's not going to do nearly as much damage as, say, a T-72. However, it is fairly accurate, especially on the move. Here in Armored Warfare, the vehicle really does not play as a main battle tank. That, I will say, absolutely and without a doubt. You cannot play this vehicle as a main battle tank. It has absolutely no armor to speak of. No matter the position, the situation you're in, you're not going to bounce a shot, you're not going to ricochet a shot, you're effectively just going to become a damage sponge. So it's my chief recommendation that you don't play this vehicle as a main battle tank, but instead play it as a light or scout tank role. Utilize that superior mobility and the decent gun to get around behind your enemies and fire on the move. I'd also recommend adding the reinforced hull retrofit, because you're going to need every little bit of HP you can get out of this vehicle. So, let's take a look at some battle analysis here from one of the PvE battles that I played in it. Here we have Operation Life Jacket. For those of you unfamiliar, you're effectively defending a water treatment plant from onslaught of the Lions of Nequil. And every time those lions pop up, I always respond with, "We've got to stop those damn Lannisters." Now, as previously mentioned, you can't play this vehicle as a main battle tank, just because it has absolutely no armor. And of course, that's the exact opposite of what I'm doing in this battle. And you're going to see exactly how much damage I take. When I take the hits, there's just no stopping them. If you're playing on this map, it's my recommendation that after you've dealt with the initial first wave, regardless of the vehicle you're in, that you go and you get yourself to the last defense point location. And you're going to find this ramp, and this ramp's protected effectively on 3 sides, because no enemy is going to spawn behind you, and you have solid concrete on either side of you. And you can get yourself into a position where, at the very least, the only rounds you're going to take are from the front. But again, here in the Leopard 1, you can't take rounds. You can't even take them from the front. So I've gotten myself into this position here, and I'm using my teammates to spot targets that are downrange, and I'm going to just continue to shoot at them using the decent accuracy of the gun here, and just hope that the enemy decides not to shoot at me, because that would be very bad. But of course, they're going to shoot at me anyway, because I'm a target to hit. And here again, I've been hit from the front, didn't bounce any of those shots, and I've taken the damage. And that's going to be a reoccurring situation, no matter what. This map really isn't the most ideal for this tank, because it doesn't give you the opportunity to utilize the advantages I've explained before. I would probably say one of the best maps to use would be Operation Ghost Hunter, because that's got a lot of open room and a lot of places for you to hide and come around from behind on enemy targets. So, skipping ahead here a little bit, we've got the next defense point, and this is where things really go very, very badly for me in this vehicle. Effectively, I'm going to start taking a lot of fire. And, you know, this is a BMP-T Terminator that's back there, and it's just shooting me with its 30mm autocannons, and it's punching right through my frontal armor. That is how bad the armor on this vehicle is. The Stingray and the Stingray 2 have better frontal armor than this vehicle. They will bounce shots from a T90. This vehicle won't bounce a 30mm off of the front of it. So you can see the real big issue of the armor on this vehicle. So, here's Operation Ghost Hunter. This is the map that I said would probably be the best one for this vehicle. And, here again, I'm playing as the MBT role, where I'm effectively stopped, front towards enemy, and you'll see I'm going to take these hits, and again, the armor is just not going to do anything to stop it. I mean, if you go up against a Leo 1A5, or even a Leo 1 in PvP, just shoot heat ammunition at it. Odds are you're going to do maximum amount of damage to that vehicle. If you're going to go play it in PvE, you definitely have to be mobile. Now, I do have fantastic example of mobility here in this game. So going from the second defense point up to the town where the last defense point is. And I'm a little bit behind because I had to go and take care of something really quickly, and I ended up letting it sit for about 2 minutes or so. But I'm going to start utilizing the mobility of this tank to play it as a light tank and get back behind the enemy. Make myself a very hard target to hit, and, you know, give some nice penetration from the rear to these AI vehicles. So here, I'm working my way around the side of that tank. I'm taking some hits from an artillery, which is actually just right behind me. And I, again, utilize the mobility of the vehicle to get myself out of the way of that artillery and get myself out of the line of fire of those tanks. So I was able to minimize and mitigate the amount of damage that I actually ended up taking. The rest of this match goes pretty much as you would expect it to go. After defeating these two enemies here, there's one or two enemies left that have spawned that have not moved from their respective spawns, so we're left to run out the clock on the game itself. Anyway, this has been Captain Rye. Remember to like and subscribe and keep coming back for more. If you have any constructive criticism for me or additional comments you think I should mention in future videos, please do comment down below. I'm always looking for ways to improve these videos. This is Captain Rye, signing off.